Thanks, Anthony. Hi, Brandon. How you doing?
Hi, Rob. Good afternoon.
Good to see you, mate. Can I ask you first about Wesley Fofana?
Yes.
Uh, horrible injury that he got, but he's put a positive image of himself in hospital on Twitter. How's he doing? What's the latest?
Yeah, he's doing very well. He's back home or coming back home, and yeah, he's in great spirits. As imagine it's something that hugely disappointing for him and for us, but he's had the operation, gone very well, and yeah, it's now just all about his recovery. So yeah, but he's in good spirits, and yeah, we'll look forward to seeing him in a few days when he can come in.
Is it still far too early to get any indications of how long he's going to be out for?
Yeah. I think these injuries can be between 4 to 7, 8 months. So we just have to wait and see in that. But with these ligaments and what was seen then, it's probably going to be a little bit longer. So yeah, but still very early.
Can I ask you about Yannick Vestergaard? I mean, it's been made pretty clear to us that you do want some cover with the injury to Fofana, and we've been told that things are progressing with Southampton over Vestergaard, and maybe even a fee's been agreed. What can you tell us?
Yeah, no, clearly there's been contact by the clubs. There's nothing finalised as of yet, but yeah, as soon as that happens, and hopefully it does, then we'll be able to confirm that.
Is he up in Leicester at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you hope that it could possibly be done in time for him to play Saturday, or?
Yeah, but we'll have to wait and see. As I said, the clubs have been in contact. We've got permission for him to be here, and then everything hopefully can be organised, and then we'll see if he's available for the weekend.
Good man. In terms of other transfers, I mean, it's been a really successful window for you already. If you get Vestergaard, that's a centre back. You've got a full back in Bertrand. You've got a midfielder in Samara. You've got a striker in Daka. Will that be you done, or is there still more positions you want to try and strengthen?
Yeah, ideally we would. I think it's a huge testament to the club and our planning. Has gone back into last year so that we could get the players in as early as we could. So that has really helped us for this summer. Yeah, we would like to add more if we could, and we'll see how the market goes over the next few weeks. So we know what we would like, whether we can get that type of player or whether we can afford to get that type of player. We have to wait and see. But yeah, we would like to do something more.
Could I ask if that might be a winger?
We shall see.
Good man. Speaking of transfers, there's been a really big one in the last couple of days. Lionel Messi going to PSG. Brendan, what do you make of that? Is there a little bit of disappointment as the football purist that you are that he's not going to be playing in the Premier League?
Well, firstly, it was a really emotional press conference, and I absolutely adore Lionel Messi from watching him, and my team's facing him. He's what an incredible footballer. So I think you've seen the genuine sadness of him when he left Barcelona, a club that he's been at for over 20 odd years. Went from being a boy to a man, and being an absolute hero there. So yeah, there was a real sadness watching someone who looked like he didn't want to leave, and but he's obviously gone in a new direction, and yeah, of course we always want to have the best players in the Premier League, but yeah, he's gone to a fantastic club in PSG, and it's a half decent front line they have there now with him and Neymar and Mbappe. So yeah, he'll go and find a different experience now in a great city, and yeah, I'm sure he'll do very well there.
I can only imagine what it must be like for a manager to have those three at the front. But speaking of life as a manager, I mean, you'll have seen what your old club did last night in the Super Cup. A big decision from Thomas Tuchel to sub his goalkeeper specifically for the penalties. We've seen it happen before, but I think he did speak to Kepa and to Mendy before and talked about this being the plan. How difficult is it from a manager's perspective to make a call like that?
Well, it is, but I think that it's a great credit to Thomas, and you've seen the keeper himself that came off. So it was clearly in the plan. It's not something that he's just done off the cuff. I think he said it himself, all the statistics and all the analysis and all the work that all the guys do behind the scenes told him that he was, that Kepa was the guy that was best statistically in saving penalties. And I think what he's done is he's preempted that. So when the actual situation comes, and you do that as a manager and a coach, the situations that you prepare for and plan for, so that if it arrives in that moment, then everything is calm and stable. And so I think it was great management by him. It was great work by his analysts, at the club to be able to give him that information. And then obviously Kepa himself then has to produce, and he did that, and they won. So and it was great for Chelsea all round.
I want to ask you about the Community Shield. A tremendous performance and a tremendous result against the champions. Let's put it as it is. What does that performance and that result do for you and the players on just before the kickoff of the Premier League?
I think it put us in a great place physically and mentally. Of course, when you're going through pre-season, you're trying to build up that fitness, and we arrive into the weekend's game in a really, really good place. I think between now and the international break, we'll be looking to increase that level of fitness whilst trying to win games. Don't think any team is going to be at their very, very highest level physically, but certainly for us, we knew we were always going to be tested against an outstanding team that moved the ball so well and really test your organisation. And I thought we were able to play very well in the game, and obviously, like what we always try to do, win games, be strong, and we end up getting the penalty at the end. So it leaves us in a really good position. Players had the nice feeling again at Wembley, which was good, and yeah, it sets us up perfect for the weekend.
The team made history last season, winning the FA Cup and fifth in the Premier League. How do you top that this season?
Well, firstly, you can't lock yourself into the past. That's first and foremost. I think what we've done is we have a memory of the FA Cup now that and an achievement that's going to bind us all together for the rest of our lives. The players, the management, supporters, an incredible day, and to create that history was amazing. However, it's long gone. It's in the memory, and now you have to keep looking forward. And for us, it's, as I said, not locking ourselves into that moment, but really getting ready for a really exciting future that we have as a squad. And we know we can improve, and where you can improve, that's what your idea is every single day, is to get better. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the season. I see the maturity in the players growing. I see their game understanding. I see their confidence, and we're ready for another long but really exciting season.
Good man. I'll let the rest of the guys talk to you about Wolves and the team news and that sort of thing. I just want to ask you one last one, Brendan, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Your old club Chelsea have strengthened. Looks like they're going to get Romelu Lukaku as well. How do you see the battle at the top now? I mean, you guys are on the fringes of it, but do you see it as a three-way battle for the title? Chelsea, City, and Liverpool?
You just never know, Rob. I think the teams that you mentioned, Chelsea already, super strong squad, very talented manager, and then you add to that Lukaku's, been a phenomenal striker. And so he's going to give them something. Manchester United have strengthened. Jordan Sancho's a outstanding talent. Varane, if he's in officially, then that'll be very good. His experience, and it was really going to help them. Manchester City have bought for me a world-class talent who will go and demonstrate that at the very highest level with already a world-class squad. And then you have Liverpool, who an incredible club with a brilliant manager again, and outstanding players who are getting players coming back. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be super competitive, I'm sure, and then everyone else is fighting to be on the coattails.
Good man. Best of luck, Brendan.
Cheers. Thank you.
Okay, let's go to Naz Premji for PLP, please.
Hi, Brendan. You okay?
Hi, Naz. Yeah, good.
How pleased are you with the way the new signings have settled into the club? Because that's got to be a big factor, hasn't it, when you bring in those new players?
Yeah, I think I always allow, that first season for the adaptation. Some will come in and adapt very, very quickly to not just the football, but the life in general. So, and you always get someone come in and adapt straight away. So, but we're really, really pleased with the three that we brought in. Ryan, with his experience and quality, is going to be huge for us. Not only that, he's going to really be a great mentor for Luke Thomas, who's a big talent as a young player. And then, like you say, the two boys, Bubba and Patson, coming in full of enthusiasm, full of power, technique, strength, and they just fit well into the spirit of our group. So yeah, I'm excited to see them and see them help us over the course of the season.
It was a nice cameo, wasn't it, from Patson? And we saw glimpses in pre-season and beyond that with what he can bring to you and the team. Yeah,
I thought him and Kelechi came into the game last weekend and continued with that thrust, and we wanted to win the game, of course. So they come in and they brought us that energy and power. And yeah, Patson plays on the last line, so he's always looking to get in behind. He's got great pace, and when he normally gets in there, he finishes. So having him to add to Jamie and Kells will really help us this season.
It could be an emotional one against Wolves, potentially with Raul Jimenez back for them. And obviously they're under new management. What have you made of the changes there, and what are you expecting?
Well, no, clearly he's done a brilliant job in his time there, and obviously moved on in a different direction. They brought in Bruno, another manager that they clearly the hierarchy know very well. Done really good things at Benfica. He's coming into the Premier League, which he will thoroughly enjoy. It's the most competitive league in the world. He's normally played mostly 4-4-1-1 in his time away, and I think he played that in his first few games in pre-season, and they've gone back a lot more to 3-4-3 and how they've been playing. So yeah, but all our games against Wolves have been tough since I've come to here. They've been very tight, and I would expect this one to be tight as well.
And in terms of having Harvey Barnes back as well, he was back with a bang after that injury, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's such a huge player for us. He's not obviously up to speed physically as of yet, but just to have him back, you see him in training and in the 1v1 situations, and he's just constant. He just gives you such a threat. So yeah, I thought he did really well in the game last weekend, and day by day he's getting physically better. So he's one of the top young players in this league, and this, I'm sure, will be a really exciting big season for him.
Rob sort of mentioned it earlier. How much are you enjoying seeing this squad and this team develop? You've got a real nice mix of youth and experience, and each sort of season they seem to be progressing further, and that's got to be surely enjoyable from your point of view, managing them.
Yeah, it's why I do the job now. My priority is always teaching players, helping them grow, helping them develop, creating a culture and a standard of performance that allows them to keep pushing and never to be content. And that's what we've tried to do each year. So each year we've improved on our points, and we've tried to improve on our goals. And this year we'll look to continue with that. So, and it's the beauty of this job. It's the biggest satisfaction. Yes, the wins and everything else and the trophies, but the ultimate satisfaction for me is seeing development and growth on and off the field. And that's the joy of this group. You see it every single day.
Brilliant. Thank you, Brendan, and best of luck for the weekend and the season ahead.
Cheers. Thanks, Naz.
Jason Bourne, please. Talksport.
Cheers, Anthony. Thanks. Well, let me just get my notes up here. Afternoon, Brendan. You've mentioned Yannick Vestergaard there. What has sparked your interest in him? I know, obviously, you've got one or two defenders out, but what is it about him that's sparked your interest, and why you want to bring him to the club?
Well, I think without getting into too much detail before Yannick is confirmed as a signing, Jason, I think it was pretty clear we needed a centre half. That was probably what sparked the interest, to be honest. We were very light in the area. I think I said in the last time we probably spoke. So it's a great tribute to the club that we could get our work done very quickly and look to see if we can sign a player of quality. So, but once we have that done, then of course I can speak much more on him.
Indeed. Just on the transfer market itself, though, Mikel Arteta was speaking a bit earlier, just one of his quotes. We're talking about probably the most difficult transfer market in this industry for the last few years, and we are trying to adapt. Do you recognise any of that? Do you find this an extremely difficult transfer market as Leicester City? I mean, this is even with some clubs spending hundreds of millions of pounds, Manchester City, Chelsea, and Manchester United.
Yeah, I think for the majority of clubs, Jason, it is a really tough market. Of course, there is the ability for clubs in the Premier League to spend money, and of course, some will be able to spend more than others. Our circumstances is different. You know, we always have to have, you know, our success really is built around planning, innovation, and common sense, and we don't look beyond those three aspects, whether it's in recruitment or managing the team. So we have to have a common sense approach. We know we need it to improve, but of course, the pandemic will have hit many clubs and like ourselves. So it's a difficult market, and it will be for most, but there will be exceptions to that. And and if teams can spend the money that some have, then it's good luck to them.
Rashid Ghazal and Dennis Pratt not involved at the weekend in that Community Shield game at Wembley. Are they going to be part of your plans going forward? I know Rashid's been linked away, Dennis Pratt's been linked away as well, but are they going to be involved with you going forward this season?
Rashid is someone that most definitely will look to move on. I have to pay testament to him. He was back here. He was in his the pre-season, and he was excellent. Attitude was really good. Model professional. But he's at the stage in his career where he's been out on loan playing, and he wants to continue playing. So he obviously wasn't involved. And Dennis is someone who he'd returned later from pre-season training, so we didn't involve him in the game. Where it ends up for Dennis over the next few weeks remains to be seen. You know, if he's still here, he's obviously a very valuable member of our squad, but naturally he's an experienced player and probably wants to play that little bit more. But in the meantime, he's here. He's a good guy. He's available, and he'll be ready for us at the weekend if we need him.
It's going to be the first time at the King Power since March last year when fans are going to be out, not just in a few thousand, but 30,000 hopefully this weekend. How special is that going to be?
Very, very. It's just been so nice over the last few games that we've had, both in pre-season and at the end of the season, having supporters in, but then to actually, you know, we sampled a little bit of it against Villarreal. What was it, about 17,000 there, and the atmosphere was absolutely brilliant. So to then get a full house, that'll really give the players a great boost, and obviously us all. So hopefully we can start off with a win, a full house, and we'll get us off to a great start in the season.
And it is the opening weekend of the new Premier League campaign. Excitement, new beginnings. What excites you especially about maybe that first game of the season, Brendan?
Yeah, it's the first step in what is a long season. You know, we had it last year where we had a lot of games, but that's what you want. If you're playing lots of games and you're going deep in competitions, then you're having success. So yeah, I'm excited by it. Again, excited, as I've said, about the players, seeing them develop, seeing them grow, seeing them mature, and seeing how we can grow and develop from having the winning mentality that we've created. So yeah, that's the exciting part.
The final one from me, Brendan. 11 years ago today, the owners took over this football club from Milan Mandaric. Obviously, a hugely successful period, a promotion, league title, FA Cup win, and that Community Shield last weekend. How do you see the next 11 years panning out? Obviously, there's going to be details released today of the stadium expansion as well.
Yeah, I think it's an incredible tribute to Convici and his legacy. That you see some clubs that go through what this club has gone through, especially after his death, and the decline that can maybe set in. But it really shows you the strength of leadership here at the club, and also the collaboration with the local councils and everyone here in Leicester City to continue with this amazing journey. As you say, this first decade of their ownership has been incredible success. But what I love about the ownership is the ambition to keep improvement. You know, each year they want to be better. They want to make facilities better. They want to improve, and that's, as someone who is always striving for constant improvement, to have that alignment with the ownership is amazing. So for me, it only bodes well exciting plans, like you say, to come out on the development of the stadium, which will not only give us more supporters, but it's going to bring in extra revenue, extra jobs to the city. So it's a real exciting period in the history of Leicester City, and hopefully the next decade we can continue with that success.
Cheers, Brendan. Many thanks. Good luck on Saturday.
Thanks, Jason. Thank you.
Okay, Ian Stringer, please. BBC Radio Leicester.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi, Ian.
Hi. I just wondered whether I can pick up on another couple of injuries, please. Johnny Evans, plantar fascia, is that any closer to having a resolution? And is Timothy Castagna available for the weekend?
Yeah, we're just going to make a final decision on Timothy tomorrow. He's trained well this week. He's obviously been doing a lot of physical preparation work without joining in with the squad, and then this week he's joined in. He's got his mask now that he feels comfortable in, and he's virtually done everything that we would that he would want and we would want to see to participate in the game. So we'll have a chat tomorrow after training, just again see how he feels, and then we'll take it from there. Johnny, he was out on the pitch today. The plan for him is always after the international break. But he's out, he's doing sort of multi-directional work, and then obviously we're just assessing the pain of that. So so the timeline for him was after the international break, but Timothy hopefully will be much sooner than that.
I don't think we've had confirmed who your captain or indeed vice captain are as yet, Brendan. There's been lots going on. I'm assuming that Kasper Schmeichel's your captain, but who's your vice captain?
Yeah, well, we confirmed that yesterday with the squad. So as you say, Kasper has been the vice captain here behind Wes for a number of years, and now he'll step forward into the role as the club captain. So he's been a wonderful ambassador for the club on and off the pitch. He's a top class goalkeeper, and he will then step into that role. And for me, he's absolutely perfect for it. You know, he's very inspirational on the field. He's very ambitious, but he's also selfless, and he'll lead the guys very well. And in supporting him as the vice captain will be Johnny Evans. Johnny's someone again who's had a wonderful career, been here a few seasons now. He knows the club. He understands what it's all about. He offers great support to our younger players, different type of character as well to Kasper. But he's virtually won everything in the game, and he's still very hungry to keep winning and improving. So both those guys will be great help to me as the manager, and also to their teammates. And they're excited by the responsibility as well.
Brendan, we've got a couple more questions. We've got a technical problem, so my colleague Owen's going to ask them. I've got to get out of the studio. Long story. Owen's going to carry on, but I wish you the best for the season.
Thanks, Ian. Good
Cheers,
luck.
Brendan. Thank you.
Hurry up.
Cheers.
You better run. You better run.
Indeed. Cheers.
Owen, it's all yours. Owen, you with us?
He's on as well.
Which is while Owen's getting sorted out, I think Mark from ITV, did you have a question on stadium, Mark, that you wanted to ask?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, Brendan, just following up on your answer for the stadium, I know that you've seen the plans and you attended a night last night with some fans. I just wanted to get your perspective, really. I know you've touched on it before, but what exactly do you make of the plans? They look impressive, and a wide range of facilities as well for not just the club, but the local community, it seems.
Yeah, it's a really exciting when I seen the images last night, and looking into the future, I obviously hope I can be here to see it. Firstly, it's always nice when you see all these great plans, but you always, hopefully, you're good enough to be here to see them finished. But now, secondly, I think it's like I said, for Susan Whelan, who's obviously really driven to protect the legacy of Kunvichai. This was obviously something that was very important to him and his family, and she's really driving this through, and that collaboration with the local council and the people of the city. It's a really exciting period. So yeah, it's, as I said earlier, when you lose someone of the leadership of Kunvichai and everything he brought to the club, it could very easily decline and a club drop off. But the strength of character of all the people involved to keep pushing through and to ensure that his dream is alive, and the support of the club to the city is also there as well. So I think it's a really exciting time and period to be involved in the club.
Thanks, Brendan, and good luck with this weekend.
Cheers. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Mark. We will draw the broadcast section to a close there.
Lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to